We go. We are live. Now I need to see how I can add Marjorie. Give me 1 second. I have no idea about the whole technical side. Okay, Marjorie, are you there? Yeah, you're there.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing good.
Great.
All right. I
It's good.
think I need to get my camera up a little bit. So, yeah, can you see me? Or am
Oh
I
yeah,
seeing myself clearly?
you look beautiful as always.
So do you. I love the pink on you.
Oh yeah, I thought let's do some pink. You
Pink's always a
wouldn't
good
guess what
color.
my favorite color is, would you?
It looks like pink, no? Because
It
everything
is,
seems
it
to be
is.
pink about you. Yeah. Yeah, I started liking pink, I think, in the last few months as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got all got to do with the heart chakra.
Oh, oh, it is. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I thought it was self-love.
All right, quick question. Are we live now?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Because I
that's
see Shireen is
amazing.
watching. Hey, Shireen, how are you?
How do you see all that? I'm not used to
Uh,
this.
I am not used to it either, but I just see on my phone I can wave to someone. So I'm just waving to Shireen, and who says hi now. I
Oh
see the.
yeah,
I,
I see
and there's
Shireen Queen.
someone else
Yeah.
watching. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna wave. And I see Wouter watching, so I'm gonna wave to him as well. Okay,
All right,
so
I got to learn all this technicality now of how to wave and how to, this is so fun. Honestly, Sandra, I'm a little bit nervous because this is my first time doing a live talk show. I
yeah,
mean,
but
you're on stage all the time, so
yeah, that doesn't make any difference. I mean, that is the. But you are used to a lot of videos. You made so many videos, more than I did. So
well,
we're
it's
both
different
nervous.
filming a video and being live and especially being on stage. I mean, I love being on stage, but you, on the other hand, do that every other night. So,
No,
but for me, I'm a little bit
really.
nervous.
No, it looks
So,
like that. That is just, well, there you go. There you go. Because that is actually just the appearance that you think it's in your mind.
yeah, my
But if I tell you that,
perspective, exactly.
yeah, because if I tell you that Thursday I had an open mic, and there was yeah, a quite famous comedian playing, I got really nervous. And it doesn't even have to be a famous comedian there, but just before I go on stage, I feel like throwing up, or I get really scared. But that is the thing, because that's how you get to the laugh at shit part. Because, yeah, I mean, to
No,
dive
you know
into
what?
it,
This is a good kind of nervous.
yeah,
It's a good kind of nervous where I'm telling my inner self, right? Inside of me, I'm going like, hey, you know what? You're getting out of your comfort zone, Get
exactly.
going with this now.
Exactly. And
So
one
it's
of
a good
the,
kind of nervous.
yeah, I mean, the time that I wasn't nervous was actually when I was last year dealing with depression.
Uh-huh.
Because, hey, my life was already like shit. So, hey, why would I even, hey, it was already shit. It couldn't get worse. So I wasn't nervous.
How much bad, how much more worse can it get, right?
Exactly.
When you're at that lowest point and all you
Exactly.
can do is just laugh.
I thought, oh, worst case scenario, I could just die. Hey, that's problem solved. That's what I thought at the time.
But anyway, for the audience who is watching, this is how me and Sandra are always like this. Yeah, it's not just on this live. When we have our video calls in person, we're always just laughing our brains out. And I
Exactly.
try to say that
And we made a
because
plan for
we,
today. I
yeah,
don't even
we
know.
made a plan, but we're not sticking to the plan.
No, I know. But that's life. That's life. Because life
Yeah,
is just what
you
happens
flow
while
with
you
the
made other
energy.
plans.
Yeah, you flow with the
But okay,
energy.
let's go back to the plan, because I actually wrote it down.
Yeah,
Um,
I have it too.
I think this is the part where you're gonna say how we met.
So, my first Queens in Business year-end event, and Sandra was there. We met outside. We were having a cigarette together, and I introduced myself to you. Yeah, we were both still smoking then, and you were like, "Oh, I'm going up on stage in a while and all, and I haven't eaten, and I feel a bit weird. My stomach, it's funny, and I think you had some back problems at that time as well." And I was like, "Oh, your hip problems, yeah." And I was just like, "Oh, hi, I'm Marjorie. It's my first time here. I'm excited to see you go on stage." And I said, I think I told you everything will be fine and all. And I took out a fruit from my bag and I gave it to you. And I said, "Hey, Sandra, maybe you want to have this fruit first before you go up on stage." And you were like, "What?" And you took the fruit, but I don't know if you ate it.
I think I did. I had to eat something. That's how nervous I was.
No, but you did brilliant. So when you went up on stage, right? And I was in the audience, and how me and Sandra connected was she started talking about her life story and what she went through. And then just that one word, self-love. And that got me in tears because I had just begun my journey then of self-love. And your story sort of, I could relate to what you were saying. And so that's why I started tearing up and I said, "Oh my God, it hits the spot," because when we talk about self-love, it's so easy for people to just say self-love. But when you are really down there at the bottom of the barrel and you have had no love for yourself whatsoever in all the times in the past, and someone up there on stage is just sharing their version, their story, and how realizing suddenly that, hey, I am important, I have neglected myself my whole life. And I could relate to that story. And then it also showed me how powerful storytelling is, right?
Yeah, and I was really, really nervous at that time because that was my first
I couldn't
time.
see. Yeah, but I think you
Oh, I
teared up
was
on stage.
shaking. I went like this.
No, but we couldn't see any of those. But I think you did tear up on stage as well, sharing your story. That I felt your voice crack a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was how we met. And then when you came down from stage, I gave you a big hug and I said, "Oh my God, Sandra, I'm so proud of you and what you're doing." And I said, I totally resonated with your story. And from then on, that's where we clicked, right?
Exactly,
and then we went
because
into
I
public
speaking
and all together. Yeah, you were like, "Oh my God, you enjoyed my story. You enjoyed my talk."
Well, the thing is that was the first time that I actually was so openly speaking about the whole story and what went on. And I wanted to share it, not because I need people to empathize with me or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to share it because I wanted someone well, not help, because you cannot help other people, you can only support them, but by sharing my story I would hope it would inspire someone. And then you said exactly those things that's why I was even doing it.
It makes it
So then I
worth
teared up, and
sharing your story.
and
Yeah.
that's how it started. And then now you're never getting rid of
And
me.
that's the ripple effect, right? Like we always talk about.
Yeah, because then I don't know if I said something to you like, why don't you said something like, I want to do this too, and I want to do certain things, and I said, go and do it, because do it now, because and then all of a sudden wherever I looked on Facebook, you popped up, and you went like a rocket. I mean, seriously, you went so fast. And there were videos all over. And I remember that one Sunday afternoon, I think you were making your logo or something. And you were in the UK, I was in the Netherlands, and we were fixing it
That's
together.
right. Yeah, that's
And I
right. Oh
think
my
on a
God, I forgot
distance,
about that.
yeah, that was fun. I mean, so
setting up a new business altogether.
and yeah, I mean, but seriously, that goes to show that the world on one hand is just small, because I am in the Netherlands still. You moved to Malaysia, so you're on a totally different continent. And here we are. We're making the Laugh at Shit show. Hey, that is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and no, again, we have to track back a little bit, because you just wanted to do an interview with me, and I said, like, Sandra, hey, you know what? Let's do a talk show instead.
Yeah.
Let's make it permanent instead of a one-off thing. Let's try once a month and see how it goes. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So now it's all mapped out, but we didn't even stick to one plan as usual. Okay, so maybe you should tell something about yourself.
Yeah,
Why you do
yeah,
what
of
you do,
course.
and what is it
Well,
that you do?
do we have time?
Uh, yeah, according to me, we do.
I mean, you know what?
If people
I'm looking
are
at
bored,
myself.
they will just go off.
Yeah, it's all about the fun, isn't it? Do you know what? It's nice that I can sit down here now and have this discussion with you and laugh about it when you just told me or asked me to say why I do what I do, right? It is such a huge milestone for me to be sitting here and laughing about this and saying, we're laughing at shit. But
I know.
my whole life, my whole life, I have faced many, many challenges from a very young age. I think my challenges started from the age of 4. Yeah. At that point, I didn't even know what life was or what was happening to me, but it all just kept on coming. That was the start of my challenging journey, I would say. And I had to grow up really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I was about 9 years old, my parents were separated, and my mom had to go out and work. So I was the eldest, and then I had my brother and my sister, and I had to look after them. Imagine me, a 9-year-old, looking after a newborn baby, because
Yeah,
my sister was just born at that time, and I was with this young infant, right? And I was like, what the hell? What am I going to do with this? My mom went to work, and my brother was there. My brother is just 2 years younger than me, so he was about 7. So that's how my life started. Yeah, and from there, I learned things on my own. I had nobody to guide me and tell me, Marjorie, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. But the blessings is, throughout my journey, I had my spiritual team with me, angels, you want to call it spiritual beings, angels, I call them my spirit team. They were with me throughout this whole part of my life, right till today. Whereas at some point in my life, I thought it was actually normal that everyone had that. Everyone had angels around them to help them, and only at a later point in life, I realized that, oh, that's not normal. And so those were the only people that were there that were really looking out for me and looking after me, And it was just the circumstance and the situation. Nobody was at fault whatsoever. It was just life at that time, right? And one challenge after the other, until it came to a point all these years where I hit rock bottom. And that was the point of where I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. What is there left for life? Because all you needed was that one break, right? That one break that you can actually get your head out of the water and just breathe. And I was waiting for that. But when that never came, that's where I hit rock bottom. And I was honestly, I was going to end my life. And I was pretty cool about it, and I had no self-love because I was always giving to people. And I also at some point thought that, hey, you know what, nobody cares about me. What the hell am I doing here? I'm here only pleasing other people. Nobody's doing things for me, so why continue? But then there was that breakthrough point where suddenly you wake up. There's a deep story with that, but yeah, that's probably, I think I shared that in the book about that
right.
part of the story. And but yeah, that woke me up, and I realized that, oh my God, it was just like this light bulb moment, and then you're like, I gotta get out of here. What can I do? And for the first time ever, I was out in my garden, and I was just like, God, help me. I sort of screamed, like, I couldn't take it anymore. And then everything just started rolling. And then I realized, oh my God, all I needed to do was ask for help. And many of us don't realize that we are always keeping things to ourselves. We don't ask for help. And that is one of the first steps, to ask for help. It doesn't matter if it's God, the universe, or your friends, or whoever, right?
But
and then I went on this journey.
If you would just put it together because otherwise we won't have time to do everything that we needed to do in the show. So if you do really quickly, say, because we can dive into the adversity each time that we.
My story. I'm already at the end of my story.
Oh no, but I thought I was waiting for the best part to come.
The best part is I'm here now. I'm alive, Sandra. That is the best part.
And that's how you. and that's how you.
So I survived the first bit of my life, and now I want to give back. I want to help people turn their pain into blessings, because that's what I did. I alchemized all my challenges and the obstacles that I faced. I shifted my perspective. I changed my mindset, and I decided that I'm not going to allow people to step on me anymore. And I want to help people now, because I know what it feels to be in that position. I've been there before. I know what it feels like. And that's why I do what I do.
Great. So that's good.
If you want to put a label, a title on it, I'm a life strategist. But before that,
I love that
I'm
title.
just a spiritual being having a human experience here. And that is also part of what I discovered of my journey. But now by profession, I'm a life strategist, and I help people turn their pain into blessings, to see things from a different perspective.
And that's why we connect, because actually it's quite similar story for me.
Now you go. You tell your story.
Well, I recently found out what the red line in my life is. And you wouldn't guess, but my biggest fear is always the fear of rejection. And hey, there's a colleague from us from the Queens and Business Club watching the massage. She's doing the massage.
She says, I cannot hear you. Someone said that.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's why I was looking into it. Is anyone else having trouble hearing us, or can anyone else tell us if they still hear us?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be just how do you say that? Then otherwise we are just doing a lip sync.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to read the messages here now.
Sound is good. Shireen says sound is good.
Okay, yeah. So maybe then
maybe she should have massaged.
Yeah,
she's working too hard
right now.
Okay, but anyway.
My mom is watching as well. She says very clear. Okay, great. Hi, Mom.
That's your mom?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Hello, Mom. Oh, she's gonna check. Okay, so getting back to my story. Going through a lot of adversity, being bullied at school, being in a relationship with a narcissist, a whole pile of shit actually happened. And then I figured I needed to do something, because I got into a depression. Like you say, there comes a point that you will just break. The good thing is, when you think that you are being buried, you're actually being planted. And some of life's greatest gifts are just wrapped in sandpaper. So at that point, I was suicidal for a few months. And I had two options. Either you get a rope, but as you can see, no rope is going to hold me. So that was not the best solution. Yeah, that's how you laugh at shit, right?
That's why I love you. You were so cool.
So, so that didn't work. So I had to do something else. And I went on a journey, like you said, personal development. And it went a lot better. And I started to learn things. And I thought, hey, how come I never thought about it that way? So I got a lot of new perspectives. And then I had a fall back in my depression again, did a NLP education. And then I realized, I thought, but what if my shit is now becoming someone else's survival guide? Because I experience things and I know from experience how things work. So I can probably guide other women or men, doesn't matter. I can guide other people and or at least give them a new insight. And apparently I was really good at it because during the coaching education, I was really good at doing it with other people. You can only not help yourself because that's harder. And then yeah, I started to do
But
some
that is why
coaching.
we coach and that is why we teach, because in
Exactly.
learning, you teach, that's where you learn, you know?
Exactly. And you most likely get the clients that hold you a mirror as well. Because you always get the people that have the same issues. Because that's what you're good at
Yeah.
solving them. And so I started doing that again. And then let's say in 2020, just before COVID hit, I was also doing some stand-up comedy, and I never thought I would do that. Or at least I made a cabaret show, and I thought I didn't even know how it worked. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to share my story or do something so I could connect with other people. And it was a big milestone when I did that. I mean, other people feel like getting married is a milestone. For me, that was a milestone. But yeah, hey, I cannot find anyone that will marry me. So I need to.
No, the right one will come
I
along. Just
I know. When
keep
it's
keep
time.
your heart open. Keep your heart open.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And well, so then well, that happening, then COVID came, and that was just before we met. And everything closed down. But I had my comedy show, my second comedy show actually going on, and I had to cancel it. And then 4 weeks after that, my dad passed, and then I went into a storm of shit, I guess. And it was almost like the director was going like, oh, you made up this new concept, laugh at shit, here's a whole pile of shit and see what you can do with it. So I went from one shitty situation to a different one. Terrible, but so
Oh,
good for learning. I learned so much. And last year I got into the menopause, which changes your hormones as well. Then I got, and because of that, I think that's how I found out that I was short on serotonin, probably my whole life, and I couldn't find anything that would help. So in the end, uh, I went on the antidepressives, which I always said that is not gonna help. Well, I can tell you now, I wish I knew before because it does help.
mhm.
It does not solve a problem, no, because you are the one that solves your problem. But what it does do is the neurotransmitter serotonin, which is stored in my brain, they make it a different way, so so it will convert in a different way, and I feel much better. And I think I cannot even remember
Helps. I
when
think
I
it helps
felt.
to balance out the chemicals. I think. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not
Mm.
like you're going to be flat or not emotional.
Yeah.
Hey, so emotional. I mean, seriously, I'm high sensitive, and I sometimes think, oh my God, can that even be worse? But
Yeah.
yeah, so, and that's how I came up with it, and now I know it's getting a lot better because I'm actually really nervous again before going on stage.
And that's
Um,
good.
that
Yeah.
is
A little
good.
bit
So
of
I said,
nervous is
well, at
good.
least that is a good measurement to find out that my health is getting better again. And now I'm just how do you
Amazing.
say that, redesigning what am I going to do next. So because as you know, I already did a hypnosis education as well, and I was really thrilled to do try out something with you a few weeks ago. I didn't even know it could work that way online, but it did, and I was
You
so
did
happy.
pretty well with me, yeah.
Yeah, but I know you are open to it, so that's the difference as well.
Hey,
And
hi, Sachlin.
yeah, and Habiba and Jacob is seeing, hey, we're getting busy. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Why did we start this show and what we're gonna do? Well, we are
Maybe you can
actually on,
tell that now.
well, we were actually on the same path because how do you put it? I say I help people laugh at their shit, and you say, what's your tagline again?
I help people turn their pain into blessings.
Yeah, yeah. So, and actually, that's quite similar to what I do. Hey, Habiba, beautiful. I see Habiba's joining us. Well, the thing is that no matter how hard life is or how hard, and some people might not believe us and might think that we're crazy, then they're right. I am crazy. Yeah, I mean, maybe not.
Sandra,
Maybe
life
my
is
reality is
so
different.
it's so fun to
Yeah, and
enough.
I believe that every situation always has three things: something to be grateful for, something to
Mm-hmm.
learn, and something to laugh about. And I can make let's take an example. My dad, who passed away unexpectedly, um, he just went to sleep and didn't wake up anymore. That was exactly the way he wanted to die in 20 years. I was a daddy's girl. I was not prepared for such a big loss. Um, but um, let's say during the week that we were arranging the funeral and all this stuff, actually, it happened already when they came to pick him up. Um, I called the, how do you say that, the funeral people, and
Yeah,
then they come to pick him up.
undertakers,
The undertaker,
undertakers.
yeah, and they came to pick him up. But he said he knew my dad. If he would have known my dad, he would know that it was a very large, big man. And he sent two women, and he was upstairs, and my dad had to go down from the stairs on, how do you say that, the bed that they use in the ambulance as well.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So they tied him up on the brancard or something it is, and they had to get him down from the stairs. But there's a corner in the stairs, and of course those two women got stuck on the middle.
Oh,
And me and
oh.
my brother were standing there looking like this, going like, and I said to my brother, I said, can you imagine that on his last way out, he's going to be sandwiched by two women? So we started laughing, and my brother went like, do you want us to help? And I said, well, if you turn him like that, it will be easier. But then my dad will be upside down. And then those women realized how weird of a situation it was. But
Oh,
we were
bless you.
just in the mood. I think we didn't even realize. I mean, but we were not in the mood of. I mean, it was my dad in there, and of course, it
Yeah,
was really sad, and I have really struggled to get over that. And but there were so many things in that week that we could laugh about, or that we could learn for, or be grateful for. I mean, there were people sending messages. There were actually people bringing food. They came to bring soup or whatever during the Corona COVID time, because we were only allowed to have like 30 people on the funeral. But since they live at a big house, we put in a note asking if they want to line up, so we could go in between those people, you know.
yeah.
Um, and we had a carriage for my dad with horses. It took us ages to get to the graveyard, but it was really beautiful. And then you
I can
realize,
imagine with horses, what a send off.
yeah, it was and all I could say was, you know what, my dad was always saying, yeah, if I die, I want this or that, or this was better than he could ever have imagined, and I'm pretty sure he was so proud. So that's how a shitty situation also has silver linings,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
we
You can
all
see
have that.
the humor in things, yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not the humor at first, because you need time. Because if it's a really painful situation, I mean, for example, I had a miscarriage, and that is really hard. And yeah, I have been sad. Yeah, sure. But honestly, that was the best thing that could have happened to me. I needed that to happen to get out of my abusive relationship because I didn't even know it was so abusive. So I needed to get out of that shit. And yeah, if you don't see it right away.
Yeah, but that's the point. A lot of us don't realize that when we are in the storm, we can't see what is
Exactly.
going on. People around us outside the storm, the circle, are able to see, but when we're in it, we can't see it. That's why it's so important to be the eye of the storm instead of the storm, you know?
Exactly. You cannot withstand the storm, the devil says. And then I whisper, I am the storm.
Yeah, yeah,
But the thing is that what we think if we're going through shit, if we're getting into a hard situation, most of the time we question, why me?
mm-hmm.
That is not a helping question to ask.
That is
Why?
the ego wanting all the answers.
Exactly. Instead of why me, I remember I was doing this. I was sitting at the table, just had the miscarriage, and my whole life was falling apart. And I went like, why me? And the answer that came to me was, why not? And I thought, yeah,
Why
that's the
not?
same.
Yeah.
That's the same question actually, but the other way around. So um, if you decide that whenever you're in a, most people think or don't realize that life is happening for you, not against you. There's
Yeah.
no one, no God, or well, some people believe that probably, but universe, angels, whatever you call it, there's no one sitting somewhere hating you thinking, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you through harm. No, there are people there on the other side, whatever it is, probably waiting for you to decide what you want so they can give it to you.
You see, Sandra, you mentioned that you asked why me, and at least you realize that that you are in a tough situation.
Yeah.
But now when I look back, and I always cry for my inner child healing, I didn't even know I was in a tough situation because I thought that was part of life. Because my whole life was tough, that I thought it was normal. It was
Yeah.
normal to be abused. It was normal to be used. It was normal to be manipulated. I thought all that was normal. I didn't even know that all that was being done to me. Do you get
Yeah.
what I mean? Again, I was in it. I couldn't see it. To me, it was just normal. But
Yeah,
then when
because
I,
you're in it.
yeah, and not only in it, it was not just a period. It was like, your whole life. So it becomes part of you, of being this person that is so broken, I would say, that you don't know you're broken, because you
Yeah.
just think it's life. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
exactly.
that is the beauty and the blessing in it now that I see, because if I had known, I would have thought my whole life is shit, But now I see that, thank God I didn't know my life is shit, because now that I'm wiser, I can see the blessing in it and why everything happened.
And
And now I know that that's not a way to go with life. People should treat each other better. They should respect each other.
yeah, and I think that if you don't know darkness, how can you even know light?
Light, exactly. You have
And
to be in darkness in order to recognize the light.
and when you're in the dark, the brightest stars will shine.
Yeah.
And
That's when the brightest stars shine.
yeah,
That's where you
and
can see the light. Yeah.
I think that in my darkest times, yeah, there were I really had a hard time talking about it. I mean, with the first depression,
Me too. You seen me on stage, right? And I choke up every time. It was so difficult for me to tell my story initially. You've seen me on stage, and
yeah,
and I always have to catch my breath. But now it's so easy for me to talk about it. As we talk about it more, it becomes easier.
yeah, because
And now we're at
you're
a stage
real.
where we laugh at
Ex-
it.
exactly, because you heal.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I thought I learned a lot, but you know what? The whole life is a process of growth. Because
You never
when my
stop
dad passed,
growing.
exactly, and when my dad passed, that was just one thing. That is a lot to deal with. I mean, he was like my best friend, my advisor. I mean, he was the man in my life. I actually said to him, I said,
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I don't know, months before, I said, you cannot die. He says, why? I said, because you're the man in my life. We're doing pretty well. And I mean, being the man in my life, that comes with a job. I said, if
Mm-hmm.
you're not there, who's going to do it? Oh, you'll find
Mm-hmm.
someone else. I didn't know it would only take a few months before he would leave. And it was hard. But then I got into a shitty situation at work. So I had no time to grieve because I was in the next stressful situation, which lasted 1.5 years. And then I was,
Oh,
well,
shucks.
I mean, that was so tough.
Yeah.
And actually, after working for that company for 12 years, um, I was the one first to leave the company, and not in a nice way. So it was really, really tough. Um, so that added to it. So I had no time to grieve about my dad. Then my job after 12 years, losing a lot of money because I had no income because I was freelancer. I was sitting at home and my life was just totally turned upside down for several times. I just didn't know what to do anymore. And I thought, hey, is this life? I don't want this. Give this to someone else. I don't want this shit. But then you need to get up again. And I remember at one point I was just praying. I went to bed and I just prayed. I thought, oh God, if you're there, please don't let me wake up in the morning. And
Mm-hmm.
then in the morning I woke up, surprise! Well,
And you have this ball in your throat, right? When you wake up, you're
yeah,
like, oh my God, another day. You don't look forward to the day because you're
no,
like, it's shit. You wish you were dead than being alive. It's so
I
tough to
am
be alive.
exactly. And normally I am the most active person that you know. I mean, I don't have AD, how do you say that? ADD or H?
ADHD,
Yeah, exactly.
ADHD.
I don't have that, but you would think I have it. I mean, I have one button here that goes on in the morning, and then I just go and I'll just do whatever, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't do anything. I came out of my bed. It took me like a half hour to get a glass of water. And then I had to sit on the couch or lay on the couch and I had to wait until the day was ending. I mean, seriously, I would say you do not want anyone else to have it. That is
Mm-hmm.
normal response. On the other hand, maybe I do, because that made me so grateful. It made me so grateful for all the other things and for all the things I can do right now. I mean, I never imagined doing a cabaret show or imagined doing stand-up comedy. What? I never imagined being here with you right now doing this. I mean, seriously, Instagram, it's global. Everyone can see it. And I even have a bad hair day. Hey, and I'm still on here.
Oh, you look amazing.
But you get my point, right? So
I
that's
get your
why
point. Yeah.
that's why we thought it would be so important
To share
that if we
this and to put this out
yes,
there.
so
I
that
had a similar experience with you where my only reason to get out of bed was my two dogs because I know I needed to take them out to poop, to pee, I needed to put food for them, And I think if it wasn't for my dogs, I wouldn't have even got out of bed. That was how bad. And this went on for months. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I completely resonate. I know the feeling. And for everyone else out there that are watching, um, know that we're not just sitting here and laughing about shit
we went through
because
it.
we just want to laugh about it. No, we went through shit in life.
Yeah,
We went through things that I don't even see that shit in life anymore. It is a blessing, like you said, Sandra. It
exactly.
is a blessing that what we went through, because through the hard times is where I I saw the beauty in me. I saw my talents, my skills. But most of all, I saw the power and the light within me, you know.
Yeah.
If I hadn't gone through that, I would be this normal person today, not doing anything, not getting out of my comfort zone, doing the same old thing day in, day out, you know. And yeah, I mean, I think some people will be able to resonate with us if they have already crossed that bridge
Yeah.
of looking back now and laughing at things. But for those that are still trying to cross that bridge, know that it gets
Yeah.
better, and it is only there to help you grow. It is whatever power that you believe that's out there. It's there to help you grow and push you out of your comfort zone, because you are worth so much more. You are capable of so much more, and
Yeah.
that's why you are being put to the test. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you are getting your issues and challenges because you are the only one that is able to solve them.
Yes.
And if people are watching this or listening to this and they
Hi,
feel like they
Amit.
this yeah, then just let's say contact us if you have any questions, or email us, because yeah, we really, well, we don't want others to suffer, but we want other people to grow through it. Is
Yeah,
that the right way
maybe
to
we
say it,
can.
I guess?
Yeah, maybe we can just shed some light to tell you that, hey, look, you know, you are on
Exactly.
the right path. Just keep going,
Yes.
because we've been there. And come on, it's not that we've been there and done it and it's over. No,
No.
we still have challenges and hurdles that
Oh my
come
goodness.
more and more. But it's just that you master yourself so well that
Yeah.
you are able now to maneuver. Like I see myself now, like you know, one of these this you know, the superheroes, like in the Karate Kid or something,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
where you can just avoid everything and you move, right? Like it's something similar to Neo in the Matrix. In the
Yeah.
Matrix, right? He just goes like, yeah. That's how I see myself now. That all these challenges and obstacles still come by, but I am able to manage, and I know better now how to deal with it.
Yeah. You know what? I wish that my physical body would be as flexible as my brain became.
We all
My
have a
brain
lot of
is very
wishes, Sandra.
flexible. My brain is very flexible, but I mean, I cannot put my legs in my neck, for example, but my brain can do it. And
I used
you
to
know
be
what?
able to do that when I was young, when I was in primary
Oh,
school, and
really?
when I did my
I never
gymnastics,
been
I
able
could
to
put
do
my
that.
legs right on top of my shoulders.
Oh no, I never been. I was always too chubby for that. But
I did gymnastics when I was in primary school. So.
oh really? Yeah, no, I wasn't good at that. Never was. But anyway, but I think that well, they say, like they say. I mean, you mentioned the comfort zone already, but the thing is, nothing grows there. It's
Yeah.
comfortable, but nothing grows there. And actually, you don't need to be sick to become to become better. Uh, and I think I heard this once, and then I realized how true it was. I mean, having a good life or an okay life is the biggest danger for having a great life.
Oh yes,
So
most definitely.
while we were in the shit or feeling like shit or whatever you want to call it, that's how we found out that things could get so much better. We just forgot that. I mean, people are born with two fears, um, or
Fear of
yeah,
falling,
and loud noises.
yeah, fear of
All the
noise,
other
and fear of
fears,
falling.
yeah,
Yeah,
all the
where
other
we
fears
picked it
we
up.
learn.
We picked it up as we grew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, and our parents do try to do their best. They do a great job. I mean, seriously, I think
they
my
did
parents did
what
a
they know what they could with at the time.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. but in some way, you learn something that you pick up in a different way. So let's say, for example, while I was doing the hypnosis education, they put me under hypnosis, and I went back in time, and I found some old traumas. If you ask me now, it wouldn't be a trauma. I mean, seriously. I mean, I was, for example, in the how do you say that, the carry thing as a baby that you
You mean the pram?
yeah,
A pram.
yeah. And I was at my grandma in the car in the garden, and she looked over it, and she said to me, she was crying and said, "I'm so sorry, I won't be able to see you grow up," because she knew she was dying. I could not
Oh,
even know because I was a baby.
but
But
you
uh,
remembered, but that was brought up.
yeah, and then I asked my mom
Wow.
about it, and there were three memories or something like that. And I had,
Yeah.
and all of them, they were right. I was right in all of them. And then they explained it later on. Since I was a baby, my grandma passed because she was sick. I didn't know at the time, but all I knew that she left me.
Yeah, she said that to you, and as a baby, you picked it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she left because she wasn't there anymore. So
Yeah.
that's where the fear of rejection probably started. I don't know. I mean,
That
I don't really,
separation wound. Yeah.
but it makes sense because now, I mean, seriously, it's really weird that I actually, it's really extreme that I do the stand up comedy, because at first when I started doing it, I thought I would die before getting on stage. I was crying the whole day, so that's how afraid I was. But I knew I had to go through it because I wanted to grow through it, because I needed
Yeah.
it for myself, because that is how my self-love and self-worth also grew. Because
Mm-hmm.
then I thought, hey, I mean, seriously, I don't care if someone is famous. I mean, you can be as famous, but we all go to the same toilet and we do the same thing, and we're all gonna
That's
die.
true. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
hey,
when and energetically, we are all one. We are all connected. We are one
exactly.
consciousness. You know.
Yeah, so that's
Um,
why I figured if we can, I mean, if you can laugh about things in a year, why not start now?
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why we figured that we want to do the Laugh at Shit show. And actually, what we need to say as well is that we want people to engage in it.
Yeah. To share your stories. If you want to share it and you want us to bring it up and to also give a different perspective about, maybe you can't find a way of how to look at it or how to laugh at it, and you want us to bring it up and put it out there and take a good spin on it.
Yeah, and we'll go
Do
on
let do
until
let
we
us
find it.
know.
We'll
Yeah,
go on until
exactly.
we find something to laugh about it.
Exactly. And if you don't want it to be known, that's also fine.
Yeah,
You
then
want to
just say,
remain anonymous
yeah,
because maybe sometimes people are not ready to share their story, but they want to have a different perspective, because when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at
we'll
change,
change.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So maybe we can be a little bit of help in that department to help you to cross that bridge
yeah,
and to see
yeah.
things from a different perspective. And and I think that today when I look back at what I've been through and all, yes, it is traumatic and whatever, but you know what, Sandra, if we put both our stories together, there are people out there, they are worse than us,
My
so much
dad,
worse than us.
my dad used to say, always look at people that are having it worse than you,
Yes,
which
you know.
is a good. If you find a balance in it, it's good. But actually, what I did was, I then put away my problems, because I always looked at people that were having a harder time, and that's how I did not have the time, or did not get the time, to grieve about my dad, for example. Because you know what, I kept saying my dad just went to sleep and he never woke up, so he died in his sleep. He had no pain, he had no knowledge that he died, because my mom was still there next to him sleeping. So he had no knowledge that he was dying, that he died. And that's why I said, okay, there are people that get ill and are ill for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
They have it worse. But then, until I realized I was doing that, I was underestimating my own pain, my own sadness, and my own loss. Because it's okay to grieve, it's okay to cry, it's okay to do whatever you feel. We just need to learn to embrace everything
Yeah.
that we feel. So whether it's, but what we tend to do is to ignore the things that we don't want to feel. We tuck them
I
away.
think the the first step is acceptance, yeah, to accept that
Yeah,
this is the situation, this is what I'm in, you know.
yeah. And if you're
Acceptance
furious,
is so important because once you have that acceptance is where you can move on to the next stage. You can't move on to the next stage without acknowledging that there is an issue or there is a problem or there's something that needs to be done, you know.
exactly. And when for example, if you're mad, punch a pillow or get a boxing bag. I did. Or if you are sad, cry it out. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the time we don't do it. But if you cry it out, I mean, I remember when I finally opened up. I've been crying so hard, and I live in a quite new house, which is good isolated. But I thought, oh my God, the neighbors are gonna knock on my door because I was crying so loud. But you know what? It was so relieving, and I thought, oh,
Crying
please
is
bring me more, bring me
healing.
more,
Yeah, crying
because
is healing.
the tears are the wash machine of the soul. So now I want to go
Yes.
into the dryer and come out at least three sizes smaller.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. Oh, bless you.
But anyway, okay, so well, what we thought about doing is that for everyone that is engaging with us and that is going to share their story, whether it's a shitty story or what, when if you don't if you want to do it anonymous, send us a private message. Um, but we want to uh, give away a prize as well, right?
Oh, yes, of course, the
Yeah,
giveaway. Yeah.
yeah, we've got great giveaways.
Yeah.
So tell them about them.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, you do it.
All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a winner every month with the best shit story. Okay. And
The
we're going
shittiest
to,
story of the month.
the shittiest story of the month wins a prize. And with that, you get to enter the grand prize, um, which will be held annually um, after 12 months. So you get to enter the grand prize then. So each month we're going to choose a winner, and then at the end we're going to have 12 shitty stories, and then we are going to offer a grand prize.
So actually, we are now saying that we're going to do this at least a year.
Well, if we pick up, we have time, then we can do it twice a month. I mean, I'm okay with that. We'll see. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
told you,
I
we
was
have
just
no,
joking. I was just joking because we didn't commit to do it a whole year yet. But hey, let's do it a whole year to see how it works.
no, what my point is that we are going to choose a winner every month with the winner gets to enter the grand prize, which is
Exactly.
going to be an
Exactly.
annual prize, right? So an
Exactly. Yeah.
annual means 12 months.
I know. I know. I was just joking. But I would say if there's a really I mean if there are really shitty stories that are really good, maybe we'll have two winners.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, okay. So did you recently went through any shit?
Do we have time? No, it's
oh,
6:55 now.
oh yeah.
We have
I mean,
5 minutes left.
for me, I mean, I seriously, I thought about it last night, and I thought, hey, this has been a quiet month. It's almost getting boring.
Honestly, this is what I mean, right? With human beings, when you have it good, you call it boring, and then when the shit comes in, you're like, oh my god, my life is shit. The universe don't know what to do. If I don't do anything, you complain, and if I do something, you complain. So what the hell do you really want?
Exactly. Well, you know what? I could share something funny though. There was this guy on a dating app starting to talk to me this week, and he said, "I work at a restaurant." And I said, "Okay,
Sandra,
what do you do?"
what are you doing? Sorry, what are you doing on a dating app?
I don't
Come
know. I
on.
installed it a long time ago, and then sometimes I get a message, and then I sometimes reply. So I did, but then he said he worked in a restaurant. And I said, do you do kitchen or do you wait or whatever? What is it that you do? Do you really enjoy your job? Because I actually like to ask if people are happy, you know. Guess what he said? I said, but what kind of restaurant it is? Guess what kind of restaurant it was?
What kind of restaurant was this?
McDonald's!
Holy fuck! It's not even a freaking restaurant. That's what you get going on dating apps.
So that's how you get comedy material, right? The other day, I had a guy. The other day, I had a guy saying, "I have the SMS syndrome," and I thought, "What is that?" So I said, "Do you then hate texting, or are you addicted to it?" And he said, "No, SMS syndrome, short man syndrome." And I went like, he said, "Is that a problem?" I said, "Well, as long as not everything is in a travel size, it shouldn't be a problem."
Is there such a thing called SMS syndrome?
I don't know. I asked so many people and no one knew about it. So I don't think it really is a thing.
Maybe
I think he
this thing
came up with
then.
it.
Is this guy on the dating app as well, or is this a different
No,
guy now?
he left. After talking to me, they all leave. Really, I mean, seriously, you cannot imagine people like that, right? My stomach hurts already. It was too funny, really. Seriously. Oh, I cannot play these jokes now anymore. Oh, anyways. So, well, that was.
You're doing good. That's why you're a stand-up comedian. You're doing good.
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
I mean,
it's brilliant that you can laugh about this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I laugh about it, but you
Yeah.
know what? It's actually quite sad.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole dating app thing is such a new stream, and I thought, why? It's actually stupid.
It is. I mean, no judgment whatsoever, but I think that if you have to go to a dating app, I mean, come on, you know?
Yeah, but it's not really like these days. I mean, I remember that when I was 16, you went out or you met someone, I don't know, wherever. I mean, it's not that I don't come anywhere because I go places, but I just don't meet the right person. I just don't meet them, or people
Yet.
are, yeah.
Yet.
Oh, sorry, I have to rephrase. Yet. Or
Yet.
maybe I did meet him, but no, I didn't see the pink elephant. So, oh, I need to. That's a different story for later on.
Oh, so you asked the universe. You did.
I asked for a pink elephant. It didn't came.
I see something pink at the back on your cabinet.
Yeah, that's a butterfly. That's not an elephant. And Dumbo is the only elephant that could fly. Well, anyway, I guess did we miss anything for today, or did we do? I think we did the whole thing.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Wow, and then it's just exactly 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so next I think the next session will go more into the stories, because this session I think we did about introduction and how we got to know
Exactly.
each other and our backgrounds a little bit, so at least people are aware. And we're also going to repost this live video, right?
I think when I now um post it, I think they can rewatch it. Then
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna, and I'm also gonna download it. I'm gonna send it to you. Then I'll put it on my YouTube channel as well. And well, we can always cut out bits and pieces so we could share that later on.
yeah.
And well, if you like this video, if you were watching this, please let us know how you feel about it, or if there's any comments. Follow us online. Share your shitty moments with it, and it can be anything at
Or
all. I mean,
just
even if
come
you
in
have a
and
problem going to the toilet, that is shit as well. Yeah, hey, I experienced it. That feels bad if you can't go. Really, that is painful. Oh, thank you. I think that's your mom saying you both are amazing.
oh,
Ah,
thank you,
thank
mom. Thank
you,
you for
mom.
being here. I
Thank.
haven't got a chance to check the chat.
Oh, but I think you can do that when we post it, right?
I have
Yeah, we need to
no
dive into the
idea.
technical stuff.
Cappuccino day.
We'll go into the
Yeah.
technical stuff later on.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's it for today.
do let us know what you think, whether you like us, we suck, we're shit, whatever whatever it is.
As long as we enjoyed it, I had a great
Yeah,
time.
I had an amazing time. This was so nice to do it with you of all people.
And the
I'm
next time
really honored,
will be,
Sandra.
yeah, and the next time will be on the 26th of October.
Is that the last
Mark in your
Saturday of the
calendar,
month?
26th of October. We'll be here
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Great.
And
Well, it
until
was nice
then,
spending some time with you. And thank you. Have a great Saturday, everyone. I'm
great
going to
Saturday,
prepare because
great weekend, fine
I
weekend.
exactly have a fun weekend. I'm going to prepare because I have an open mic tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a
Good
big
luck with
week.
that.
This week I had like 3 gigs.
Wow, nice,
Yeah, so
nice.
that was nice. Aside from the work, so I'm gonna do some work here, and then I'm off to Amsterdam again, trying
Take
to
care.
make people laugh. Well, you and with you, it's already 7 o'clock, I think, 7 p.m.
Yeah, just 3 minutes past 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
are you
raining
gonna?
here. I don't know if you can hear the sound. It's raining really heavy, cats and dogs
Oh,
here.
really? Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
hear a little bit now. We had that. Today is actually pretty good. We had that last night, I think.
Yeah, the
Well,
weather has been a bit funny over
yeah,
here.
but if it's raining in Malaysia, it's really raining, right?
Oh, yes, it's massive rain. It's not like what we have in Holland. It's different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Well, okay. Well, you
thunderstorm,
have a
and
good night,
you too. Yeah,
and
and
we'll speak soon.
this was really fun.
Yeah, I
Grateful to
found
be
it.
doing this with you.
Oh, and Rens Bosma just joins. Well,
Sorry?
Rens, that wasn't. That's nice for you to join, but we're we're heading off already.
Who just joined? I don't know. I can't see.
That's
Oh,
Rens
yeah.
Bosma. He's also a comedian.
Oh, okay. Well, he can watch the replay then.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, let's go because otherwise we'll keep talking like we usually do. I mean,
Three
we
hours,
try to catch up.
right? We'll
When
always
we catch up, it's
minimum 2 hours.
like 2 3 hours. Seriously.
All right.
Anyway,
Take
okay. See you
take care,
soon.
my lovely.
Bye. Love you.
Woo!
Bye.
Love you. How do I get off of this now?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to post it. Uh.
Here's a cycle.
Oh, you're talking Dutch now.
Yeah, because you're here, that's why.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to post it. Is anyone
No,
familiar with that?
yesterday, you know what? Talking about Dutch, yesterday my aunt's was at my house, and I'm slowly training my dogs now to talk in English. So I was still talking to them in Dutch, and my aunt was going like, "What's going on? Why are you talking Dutch to your dogs?" I said, "Yeah, because they've always been used to Dutch talking Dutch language. So now I'm teaching them English."
Oh,
Yeah,
really? But the dog
yeah.
language is, I thought the dog language would be universal.
No, see, I was just gonna, because you're Dutch, I was again just gonna say nee.
Nee.
No, no, my dogs that, I mean, from puppies, we were speaking to them in Dutch. So now I'm slowly converting them to English.
Hmm. Which is good. I think the only way to end this is by the cross. I'm gonna, in worst case
Yeah, I'm
scenario,
still at the screen here. I'm trying to see
yeah,
how do I
worst
shut this off.
case scenario, we'll lose the video, but then at least, yeah, I don't know any other way. Let me try it.
Uh,
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end
share
it
to
now.